but at least the war is going well. At least the war that we all asked for, that we all support, is going so well. It's making us rich, it's making us popular, and we're doing a good job of it. I think it's great. And I think Trump is very smart. And I don't think any of this was predictable based on the entire life that he's led. So I just think we should be grateful for how well we're doing and how it's about us as Americans and how great we are again. And that I think is good. But I'm just glad it's going well. It's funny how you can say what they're actually saying out loud, and then it's just a joke. I actually didn't change any. That is a speech that I read. Actually, I just read a speech, and that... I was just thinking about it in terms of my... Because, he's like, they shouldn't have nukes, and I was like, that makes sense. Like, I don't have a gun. Right? But I've been thinking about, shit could get crazy. I've been thinking about getting a gun. I think the one way to make sure I don't get a gun is to have people invade my house right now because I don't have a gun, and that will not make me want a gun.
Right.
That's gonna make me want a nuke. Actually, is what that's gonna make me want. But, it's for us. And it's not about... It's not about Epstein. Which, maybe it's not. There could be a lot of things going on. I've never had this experience. I'm just saying, if I had, I would start a war to cover. I'm just saying that's what I would do. That Kristi Noem shit's been kind of wild. Kind of a wild story, I'm not gonna lie, dude. It's not lost on me that her previous title was she was DHS, so it was her job to do Homeland Security. Meanwhile, at her home, she's got a husband just milking up with balloons jerking off to bimbos. She's having an affair with one of Trump's aides. She's shooting her dog in the face. That's a crazy homeland for one person to have. If she hired any illegals, they were probably the safest people there. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Consuelo might have seen some shit, dude. That's all that I'm saying. I feel like she might have come in with the housekeeping, and then, Brian's in there just jerking off with the birthday balloons, dude. No wonder they're anti-immigration. You get caught by one housekeeper doing that, you're like, every Mexican needs to leave the country. Every one of them. I don't know who that was. They've got to leave. We don't like that. They come here, they watch us come. We do not support. We're a very unserious country right now, is what it feels. We're supposed to be at war with Iran, and this is on the front page of my news. I'm just trying to think about how they're feeling in Iran. They're tracking us, dude, because we're like their adversary right now, and they're like, refreshing the New York Times, and they're like, "Heh?" Like, I don't know. I assume that there's a heh. It's very strange. There's a lot of unintended consequences with war, man. They closed off that strait. Now it's hard to get oil. It's hard to get helium. I don't know how Brian's gonna get his tits up, dude. I'm not gonna lie. We gotta open the strait so that he can be a little gay. I feel like we need to let Brian come, dude. I've had enough kink shaming out of this country. His wife's been publicly cheating on him for months. Let him come on his balloon titties. He just likes... important. His name's Brian. His name's Brian. Brian, is your name Brian as well?
Ryan.
Oh, Ryan. Hey, well, let Ryan come too. Hey. Hey. Any dick out here can catch these hands. Come on, catch these hands. No, it was her husband's name is Brian with an O. Byron. That's what I'm saying, dude. Parents gotta stop naming their kids crazy shit. You gotta think about the consequences. You put a big, beautiful, bulbous O in the middle of a place it's not supposed to be, and you get surprised when that young man likes, and I quote, huge, huge, ridiculous boobs. He likes huge, huge, ridiculous boobs. What's so wrong about that? He's honestly a Renaissance man. I feel like ass has been in for so long. It was kind of refreshing to see a man who enjoys the milkier things in life. Shout out to Brian, dude. I hope he's doing well. I think he's probably not. That's a tough week. That's a tough week, dude. I'm not gonna lie, and I don't take this lightly. If they catch me doing this type of shit, I'm on suicide watch for a week. I'm on. You might find me. And the problem is you've eroded your trust, because people are gonna see you with a noose and they're like, there he is, trying to come again. He just can't come normal these days. I don't know what happened. So I'm just going to stress this. I think this is, if you take one thing away from tonight's show, come normal, dude. Just gotta, like, you gotta get back, dude. You gotta get back to coming to normal things. Pussy. You know, like, just normal. Like, yeah, let me see some box. Yeah, dude. Or dick, if you're into that. Don't care. It's just drunk driving is funny to me because it is the only felony that's directly tied to skill level. You'd think Tiger would have been better at it. I mean, he's a very skilled guy. He's great with a driver, you know. He just can't quite keep it on the fairway. I don't understand what's happening with that guy. Calm down, dude. Get a Waymo. He needs a 24/7 Waymo. When you drive a little drunk and you get away with it, people are like, ah, come on, crazy guy. You know, like, they let it go. They're like, you gotta cut it out, you know. You crash once, they're like, he's a fucking criminal. He should be thrown in jail. What's wrong with him? We all knew Tiger was driving on pills in Florida. I assumed that's what he was doing. The news came out, I was like, hell of a run. You know, like, he's probably been doing that for years. They dropped all that body cam footage, dude. Which is the law, but it feels rude. Like, I'm watching the memes and I'm like, this feels a little invasive, dude. It kind of does, you know. He tried everything. He was on he literally, like, one of the cops, like, went to talk to him and they're like, Mr. Woods, we need you over here. And he goes, oh, I'm sorry, I was on the phone with the president. Shouldn't the president be doing a war? He's talking to a perked out golfer who just hit a truck? What are you doing? Sorry, I was just talking to the president. Dude. He was talking to the cops, too. The cops, too, like, if you get Tiger, you know, because the cops let Tiger off with one. Like, his last one, when he fucked up his leg, he was going like 90 in his car, and they just took him to the hospital, and they're like, don't do toxicology. And at the time, I supported that. I was like, that's what he deserves. He's the Jackie Robinson of golf. Let the man crash a vessel. He's been through a lot. And he's part Asian. He's not good at it. I just thought, finally, they're letting a black man off for an Asian man's crime. But in retrospect, maybe they should have done a toxicology report because he's still just perking out driving. I was just talking to the president. I hope he figures it out. I mean, he's dating a Trump, right? And you know what? Your reaction is so correct. Your reaction is so correct, because I knew that fact, but when I say it, like, it comes out of my mouth, and I'm like, nah. He's with, I don't know.
It's Donald.
Don Jr.'s ex. Man, you know what? You know what? All my Tiger Woods respect. You're the greatest golfer of all time. You've done a lot for this country and race relations and the game of golf. That's the worst sloppy seconds to have. That's the worst sloppy seconds to have. Don Jr.? Ew! Named after Donald Trump's cock? Ew! It's disgusting. He's an island boy. All right, and we gotta keep talking about Epstein, dude. We keep stopping. Keep going. Don Jr.'s. The fact that, and this is, we're not even doing comedy anymore now, I'm just like spilling out of my brain, but the fact that Don Jr. is on the board of Polymarket, also crazy. Also crazy, like we're betting on war. We're very unserious. Like, we used to, when we went to war, we would like watch the evening news and someone would be like, something serious is happening. Now the worst guy I know is at the bar like, I got boots on the ground by end of April. In with Michigan going to the championship game. Like, it's a March Madness parlay that includes boots on the ground. What is happening? And was Tiger Woods getting another DUI on Polymarket? It's possible. And was Don Jr. involved in that? Now it's a conspiracy. Connect the dots! Where do people go out here, sir? Is there a district?
Well, you're talking about how downtown's empty, but like the kind of North Loop area.
The North Loop area. Oh, okay, North Loop.
So it's like kind of downtown, but just.
Is that like is that douchey area? Yes. Okay. So I gotta bust out my Patagonia vest. All right, let me get. Okay, a little vest, little bag, little key. Oh shit. Now I'm on cocaine and I want to talk finance. Yeah. We're in the North Loop. I want to go to a fucking Somali Daycare at 2 a.m. and be like, where are the children? I want to go, where's the night care? You're already wearing blankets, of course you can go to sleep. And too far, and that one was too far. And that's fine, but it's a small room. Yeah, dude. Maybe we just go rage at a Somali daycare, dude. That was the funny, I mean, I don't know, you guys know more about it than I do, but just like tracking it from the outside, it was one of those things where it was like, wait, this fraud is real and it did exist, but then a dude showed up and went to a bunch of places where it wasn't happening and was like, fucking see? And then it went fucking crazy. And then a bunch of people were like, we were already looking into it, and he's like, you fucking liberals are retarded. And like that. And all the conservatives were like, they love Somali cock. And it's just like, there's a legal process happening. And he's like, this is what they'll never tell you about something I read in the Times 3 months ago. Who do you want to tell you? But as someone who creates content for the internet, I gotta title this video, What They Won't Tell You About the Somali Daycares. I went to a Somali daycare at 2 a.m. and tried to do coke off a table and was, what are the police hiding? What do you do for work, sir?
I'm in school.
You're in school?
I went back to college.
You went back to college? Hell yeah. What are you studying?
Social work.
Social work. Trying to start a motherfucking daycare out here? Oh, yeah. They're trying to start a motherfucking daycare out here? Oh, I know where the good money is. Yeah. Well, they'll never hire you, white boy. Good luck. I am the captain now. Do one.
It hurts.
It hurts?
Sometimes.
What hurts?
Laughing.
The laughing? Oh, okay. You are wearing a shirt that says overstimulated. So that is so on brand right now. To just be like, why are you making me laugh? It's my job. I got 2 jobs, make you laugh and expose fraud. And I'm all out of making you laugh. Take me to the Somali! Dude. What about this? Here's a new one, okay? We're gonna start something new. It's a wine show, and it's called Somali Daycare. And it's just a new idea. It's a new idea. We'll try all sorts of flavors, but we always pick the white. Oh, shit. How are you? Okay, I'm just checking in before I keep the laughter going. I thought I'd cool the room off before you break your leg again. What happened? What happened? Lori, don't push her. She's unstable. You fell down the stairs. What'd you say to your husband? Dark joke. It's good. What did you say? I'm sorry. Did you just say he tore his labia? What? Oh, labrum. Oh, okay. When you said labia, I was like, what in the Brian Noem is going on out here? Hey, he has beautiful boobs, not a fucking tight pussy. Hey. You tore that labia, though? How'd you tear the labrum? You were on a cruise ship?
Sexy time.
Were you actually fucking? Really? Damn, dude! What? A sex injury is the coolest and oldest thing at the exact same time? Look, me and your mother, about once a quarter, we do rediscover each other's bodies. Damn, the motion of the ocean was too much. Well, I'm assuming. Well, I mean, yeah. Are you guys together? Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Kids were in kids club, and
Your kids were in kids club? Damn, dude, I can't imagine like, dude. The kids are in kids club, and meanwhile, dad's going to town so hard on mom he throws out his shoulder. What was this guy hitting her with? The underhand softball, treating mom like a muppet? That's fucking crazy. Make her talk. You know, he's fucking going Jeff Dunham on mom. That's crazy. What's up?
his labrum.
Yeah.
He was in his crotch, and he thought it was my hip.
Can you tell the story, sir? She's giving me all sorts of asides.
I thought I tore it, and then I had a friend that his wife's a nurse,
Right.
and so I told him I tore my labrum. He goes, "Don't you mean your labia?" And he didn't say it,
yes.
LOL,
Right.
JK.
Right.
And so I just thought he was correcting me on my anatomy, and I didn't know what it was.
So you went around telling people I tore my labia having sex with my wife. People were like, we knew they were progressive. We had no idea. The lawn sign was a lot. We had no idea how much they meant it. Meanwhile, your kids are on the cruise ship in a Somali daycare. That is crazy. Investigate the lips. And by libs, I mean lips. What happened to your pussy, sir?